Bosses guides a team to achieve results. This is the second insight from the book. This statement deserves a little bit more introspection. Boss, and not the word manager or a leader. A manager typically evokes this feeling of someone who executes, gets things done. A leader, on the other hand, is someone who's looked at, who really is someone who never really gets work done, but works on the inspiration, motivation piece. But a boss is someone who is both a leader and a manager. So, boss is someone who can do both. Guides. As a guide, a manager or a boss is responsible for providing criticism and praise to all of his direct reports, at the same time, not only giving those praise and criticism, but also creating the culture so that he gets them back too, so that he improves. And it's a teamwork. The leader or the boss has to make sure that he or she creates the right culture so that there is a sense of a team, that he promotes the right people, hires the right people from outside, fires the right people, and someone who deeply understands the motivation of each of his team members. So that's what is the team aspect. And at the end of it, you could give all kinds of guidance. You could build the best team, but if you don't achieve results by focusing on the work that needs to get done, none of this matters. And great bosses, they make impossible results come together by working in a team, by building a good team culture, and by also not only providing praises and criticism, but also receiving. So they are also themselves improving. So that was the second insight. Bosses guides a team to achieve results. So you as a boss are here. You provide guidance by your one-on-one time to your team. You achieve results. And you do that on the basis of the deeper relationship. And this only happens if you deeply care about your people. And we'll go into the details of this diagram, but this is the crux of this key insight from reading the first chapter. Bosses guides a team to achieve results. And we went over each of these terms as to what is your role as a manager. Your role is to be the boss, not just pure management or pure leadership, but both, to guide your team and to achieve results. And all of this is going to require a lot of emotional labor. I was so pleasantly surprised when I read this book and the author shared that management is a lot of emotional babysitting. And I loved it because I have to do a lot of it. As a manager or a leader or a boss, you would encounter a lot of times when you especially care deeply about your people that you would go from experiencing various emotions of sympathy for someone when they've had a tragic loss, praise for someone who just has their kid achieve great scores in their tests. You will be firefighting issues on the production site or the issues that you have to take care of. On top of that, you will have your own personal emotions to manage from home. So all of this requires a lot of emotional reserves to be high. So as leaders, the two big insights from this video is how important is it to understand this framework as to what is your role. You as a boss guide your team to achieve results. Team building, guidance, and achieving results. Three main things. And being the boss, the fourth thing. And keeping in mind that and acknowledging that all of this requires a lot of emotional maturity, and that it's important to constantly work on emotional development as well. Thanks.